Who am I voting for in the 2024 general election, and why?
You're joking. Not another one?
I am affiliated with no political party. I am part of no political party. I love scrutinising all political parties, but I believe it is the general onus of every single person within this country to question what they are being told, to research what they're being told, and not to believe a single thing without backup from any of the politicians' mouths. Now, during the general elections, politicians will tell you anything you want to hear. Anything they think you want to hear. Let's bring in national service. Let's appease the OAPs. Let's also tell the OAPs that we're going to give you a triple pension lock plus. They'll tell you anything they want to hear. So Keir Starmer will certainly tell you anything you want to hear. Rishi Sunak will unbelievably tell you anything you want to hear. Although Rishi Sunak so far hates young people as it looks. Tuition fees, up. The amount of time you have to pay your tuition fees back, up. Income tax threshold, frozen. Send you off to the military? Sure. But anyway, in my constituency, it has been a conservative stronghold for years. Okay, I'll show you the records from 1997, but my constituency has been conservative from the day it was born. We are considered a safe seat, so safe that there has been plenty of UKIP leaders trying to get a seat here. And we are one of the places, apart from Clacton as it turns out, that any right-wing politician who wants to be an MP tries out for. And it's the one where the Conservative candidate who always wins at the end of the night walks up on stage and goes, "Oh, thank you guys, just give me the paper. I knew I'd be here. I've already got a speech lined up from 10 years ago." But it's been a majoritively conservative stronghold for years. Now, does that affect my voting choice? Of course it does. Because I know, doesn't matter who I vote for, it does not matter. The Conservatives are hugely likely to win the seat. I'm going to base my voting intention on principle. On principle, if we had a majority vote system or an alternative vote system rather than the first past the post system. And I'm going to tell you who I'd vote for in principle. And it's not going to be who you think it is, guys. So keep watching the video. But anyway, before we carry on, if you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. Join the channel as a member, because why not? And like the video, and make sure you watch to the end, because YouTube doesn't like it when people do not watch to the end. But anyway, let's move on to the juicy stuff. So this is the voting record for MPs for Boston and Skegness. Matt Warman has been our MP for nearly 10 years. For nearly 10 years, Matt Warman has been our MP. He grew up here. He was a student at the Boston Grammar School, I believe. From the 1st of May 1997, which is the earliest these records go from, it's been Conservative all time round. No one else stands a chance. What's the point? This is the Boston and Skegness constituency MP candidates, the prospective MPs who are fighting to become our MP. We've got a David Dickerson, who names their child that? David Dickerson of the English Democrats. Alex Forbert. What is wrong with these people's names? Forbert of the Labour Party. Alex Forbert of the Labour Party. Richard Gordon Lloyd of the Liberal Democrats. Chris Moore of the Green Party. And look who it is. It's Richard Tice. Is that the same guy who probably made his first trip to Skegness the other day and went and had a Wetherspoons and was asked about it from his Premier Inn hotel room? I've been to Skegness, but yeah, I love it. Is it Wetherspoons? Well, I love Wetherspoons and the Red Line. Yeah, I love it, mate. Come on. It pisses people off, doesn't it, when prospective candidates just try and get to a safe seat and apply for any safe seat that they can. But it really pisses the local community off, because they're like, you're literally just coming here just to get a seat. Matt Warman, Conservative and Unionist Party member. He has been voted for continuously for nearly 10 years. It doesn't matter what I choose, but I'm going to do it in principle. Which one of these candidates would I have chosen? Personally, I'm going to surprise you with this one. I would vote for reform. And I'll tell you why before you start berating me. There is only one way to get rid of populist figures who just spout constant bullshit. Okay? There's only one way to get rid of Boris Johnson. There's only one way to get rid of Donald Trump. You have to let them devour themselves. You have to let them destroy themselves. My hypothesis is this. Get Reform some seats. Make Nigel Farage the leader of Reform with a seat in Parliament. Let's see how they do. Okay, because Nigel Farage has had the ability to stand on the sidelines and just shout out policy decisions and blah, 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 and shout out his prejudices to our political policies from Conservatives and Labour for decades. He berated the EU Parliament for decades. He has spent his entire political life berating political policies of other parties that he does not like. He has spent years being a powerful political magnate and destroying parties and making parties and helping to win general elections. Like he stood aside for Boris Johnson's party in 2019 and helped Boris Johnson win the biggest majority since Margaret Thatcher. There is only one way to destroy these kind of people, or at least finally see what they're made of. Give them power. Give them what they want. Okay? And the perfect example of this is Boris Johnson. We gave Boris Johnson power and the whole world finally realised what he was like, and now people wouldn't touch Boris Johnson with a barge pole. He is politically toxic. Even the general public do not like Boris Johnson because he was given the power, he was given the platform, and he destroyed himself. Do that to them. That's the only way you get rid of populist figures like this. You make themselves prove to be absolutely inadequate, useless, incompetent, or just darn right contemptuous. Let's do that to Nigel Farage. Let's get Nigel Farage and Richard Tice into Parliament. Let's give them a seat. Let's see their voting records. Let's see their voting intentions. Let's see the actual work they do when given a little bit of power, and let's see if they make true in all of their promises and pledges and outright bullshit that they've been spouting out for many, many years. Now, I will say I do quite like Nigel Farage. I do agree with some of their policies. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with some of them, but you never agree with everything, do you? And I would like to see if he is a man of his word, if he is true to his word, if he does put the pressure on in Parliament and enforce these policy decisions that people in the public want. Clearly they want it. People have been voting for Nigel Farage in different iterations of parties that he's been part of for decades. UKIP, Brexit Party, Reform. They've all been voted for. Okay, now let's see if he can put his money where his mouth is. Let's see if Richard Tice, who has only ever been to Wetherspoons and Skegness once probably, let's see if he can put his money where his mouth is. And let's see if he can actually win against Conservative, because I doubt it. But let's see if Matt Warman's majority goes down because of it. But anyway, I've been Jake from Just Jake. Thank you very much for watching. I work very hard on this channel, and I'm just so grateful that you all watch it. And yeah, as always, make love, not war, because love is more enticing. You actually made it to the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, which, why haven't you already, is somewhere over there. And also, if you want to watch more videos, also check out over there. I've been Jake from Just Jake. See you later.